It's a beautiful morning. Un día bonito. Shake your cares off, don't worry about a thing. Today is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Welcome back to the Beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. I am your host, Dorimar, Bonilla, and today we are thrilled to have Julio Sierra, Associate Director of Admissions for the American University of the Carribean School of Medicine. Welcome, Julio.
Thank you, Dorimar. It's a true pleasure to be here.
It's great having you. Please tell our audience a little bit about your background.
Well, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York City, to parents of Puerto Rican descent.
Boricuas.
So I'm what you would call a New Yorican on that note. I'm a proud husband and father of 3 amazing boys. Did my undergraduate education at the University of Miami, where I earned a bachelor's degree in communications, and I've been working with American University of the Caribbean as an associate director of admissions for about 15 years now.
Well, we have a little bit of a connection there because I am Puerto Rican and I do live in Miami. What are some of your fondest Latin traditions, would you say?
Being a Latino, I would say Nochebuena comes to mind first, because when you're talking about family, food,
Coquito.
traditions, coquito, I mean, that definitely embodies the Latino culture. Although my family is Puerto Rican, I have a fondness for the Latino culture as a whole because I grew up with a large Dominican family, and I have a great passion for food. So los tres golpes is something that I'm very fond of: mangú, queso
I love
frito,
it.
fried cheese, you know.
You got to
and fried
mix up
eggs.
the traditions a little bit there with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans.
Absolutely.
As the Associate Director of Admissions for your school, what would you say is the mission of the AUC School of Medicine?
The mission of AUC School of Medicine is to train tomorrow's physician whose service to their communities and their patients is enhanced by international learning experience, a diverse learning community, and emphasis on social accountability and engagement.
Our producer's father is also an IMG. What would you say set your school apart from other schools that do international programs?
Well, AUC happens to be one of the oldest and most well-established international medical schools in the Caribbean with a rich 40-plus year history. We have a dedicated faculty that cultivates a collaborative learning environment on our campus. They train the students with different global training opportunities with an emphasis on community engagement. Our recent graduates, the attainment rate for our residency match results are 92%, which really speaks to how the program directors receive our graduates.
Julio, would you share your location, the location of your campus, and also some of the accreditations that your school holds?
Yes, so our medical science campus is located in San Martin, in St. Martin, in the Eastern Caribbean. Our
Should I go
accrediting
back
body,
to school? I think I want to go back to school.
absolutely. Our accrediting body is the ACCM, which is the Accreditation Council for Colleges of Medicine. The main thing to note about our accrediting body is that it's deemed comparable to the standards used by the LCME, the Liaison Committee for Medical Education, which accredits all U.S. allopathic medical school programs.
Wonderful. And for now that you mentioned U.S., for those students that want to get licensed to practice medicine in U.S., are there any states that have any restrictions as why they could not get their license?
No, so AUC, being a very well-established medical school program, has approval from all the medical boards stateside. And so that degree that our graduates earn is honored for residency and licensure in all 50 states with no additional steps or hurdles whatsoever.
Wonderful. Please tell us about the program that AUC offers.
So AUC offers a 4-year MD program, allopathic degree, where 2 years of medical sciences are spent on our medical science campus in St. Martin doing the training. And then we also have a satellite campus in the UK for international students. When they're completed with the first 2 years of their medical sciences, they move on to 3rd and 4th year of the clinical rotations, and we have many sites across the country where we train our students.
And besides all the wonderful, high-quality, high-level medical education that your students can obtain while attending campus, what are some of the other benefits and things they can look forward to?
I would say the biggest thing is a global perspective to medicine with a multitude of international opportunities in both the first and second half of the program. as well as diverse student body with over 30 different clubs and organizations that range from different religious, cultural organizations. We have an American Medical Women Association, and we also have a Latino Medical Student Association as well.
Wonderful. And the beach down the street. That doesn't hurt.
There's 37 beaches in St. Martin. For every square mile, there's a beach.
I love that. Julio, for those seeking financial assistance, does AUC offer any programs?
Yes, so AUC students are eligible for U.S. federal financial aid offered right through the U.S. federal government for those who qualify. It's the same exact loan program as any student in the U.S. gets, graduate and professional school student, that is. The federal aid can cover most, if not the entire cost of their medical education. In addition, we also offer several scholarship opportunities for those who qualify, based on whether they're a first-generation MD, community outreach award as well.
And AUC seems to have a very active student life. Please tell us about that.
Yes, so AUC, we have over 30 different student organizations and clubs, ranging from religious to cultural to service-based organizations. We have an American Medical Women Association's chapter, and we also have a Latino Medical Student Association as well. Very active clubs, very engaged on the island.
Well, thank you, Julio, for the support to the beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. And I'm thinking that maybe next time we can set up an interview on campus.
That sounds great. Let's
Down
change
in
the
St.
weather and do the
Martin.
campus, do the interview right from St. Martin.
That would be
Beautiful.
beautiful. That would be amazing to have the cameras follow us as we go through the grounds and have a nice chat. And our viewers can see the property.
Agreed. That would be amazing insight.
In the meantime, where can we learn more about your school?
The best way to learn more about AUC School of Medicine is to go directly to our school's website, which is www.aucmed.edu. It offers a ton of information about our curriculum, about our student life, our clubs, our housing, on-demand webinars. We have a virtual campus tour, which is very engaging, and much more. If you have any questions at all, just click on the Request Information button right on the home page of the website, and you'll be able to connect with any of our regional admissions representatives across the U.S. or Canada.
Wonderful. You're all set up with a lot of platforms. That's amazing and a great way for our viewers to find out more information. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you. We look forward to hearing more from AUC this year. I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla. Stay tuned for more of the beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show.
Hola, I am your co-host, Alexa Sanchez. Today we're thrilled to have two very special guests, Bill Cheek, CEO and owner of Smarthomes, and Jermaine Joyner, the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York representative for Smarthomes. Welcome, Bill and Jermaine. We are thrilled to have you on today's show.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're excited to be here.
Bill, please share with the viewers a little bit about how Smarthomes came to be.
Well, the flap of the butterfly's wing, so to speak, was actually probably the darkest time of my life. I was working in New York City, lost my job. About a week later, my mom became sick. So I moved home to help take care of her. And, on the weekends, I had some spare time. When I was growing up, I would help my uncle work on homes. So on the weekends, I would start doing little projects on people's homes. And that really got me involved in working with real estate agents who were helping clients list their properties. And I literally was taking paint cans out of basements, putting it in the trunk of my car and driving it to the dump, fixing fences, just any little odd job things that they needed done to their home. Fast forward 5 years later, we're now in 9 states. We're a Class A full-service renovation company. We're backed by roughly 52 finance companies, and we offer a program where our clients can renovate now and pay later.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful story. So I hear from our producers that you enjoy the Latin culture so much. What is it about the culture that you like?
Well, we try to be careful to hire within the communities where we are working. And among the Latin culture, they are the hardest working, loyal, dedicated. They are among the most talented tradesmen out there. And so we want to do our part to support the Latin community and employ as many folks as we can, particularly since we're a growing company and we're always looking to hire.
Wow, great. Jermaine, would you walk our viewers through the process of a Smarthomes client?
So what typically happens is we may have an agent reach out to us, But as of late, it seems like many of the clients have been calling us themselves. And what happens when the agent is trying to get a client's home to listing, many of the times you have to do upgrades to be able to get the best bang for your buck. And in order to do that, they utilize the smart home service, renovate now, pay later. And that's been working for many of the clients. They've been able to get more bang for their buck, because if you thought you were going to get $100,000 for your home after the renovation and you end up with an additional $50,000 in your pocket after paying for the renovation, that sounds good to anybody in any scale. So that's the service that we provide.
Wow. Bill, who is the ideal smart homes client?
Well, I mean, Jermaine made some good points. Since we technically can do renovate now and pay later, we tend to attract anyone who needs repairs done to their home. And, during COVID, we all know there are a lot of folks out of work, but they still need repairs done to their home. So really it would be anyone who needs work done to their home, either can't afford it or they don't want to pay. Now, because we can renovate now and pay later, that also attracts folks who are listing their property. And again, same thing, we can defer payment until closing, so they're not really coming out of pocket with any expenses. And then also, investors love us because we can front the renovation cost, and it allows them to take on more investment properties at once. And then finally, anyone who is looking to transition or downsize, maybe into assisted living, we, Smart Homes, we observe all COVID protocols, so we can handle that transition as well.
Wow. I could tell you, as a real estate professional, those services are very ideal to my business, and I'm guessing to yours as well, since you partner up with many realtors, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Jermaine, would you be able to share some of the services that Smart Homes provides?
Yeah, as a full service Class A renovation contracting company, we can go in and do basically anything in the customer's home. We've also added to our palette to be able to go in and assist with the design aspect, to be able to pull the best bang for your buck out of that customer's home. Sometimes it's just a fixture, but sometimes we can, change the layout of the home to be able to be more modernized, should I say? Because many of the homes we go into, they're probably 80 years old, right? And many of the customers that are looking to buy are looking for a more modern home. So we could be a part of that design aspect as well.
Wow. Bill, earlier you had mentioned that you are in 9 different states. Could you please share with our clients the markets that you service?
Sure. So we're in our original location of Virginia, D.C., and Maryland. We're also in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida, and Georgia. And then we're also expanding a little north and a little west in 2021, 2022.
Sounds like you've taken over the entire East Coast.
We're working on it.
Working on it. I like that. Bill, how can people learn more about Smart Homes?
Well, you can contact us at thesmarthomesgroup.com, or you can follow us on any of our social media platforms.
Great. Jermaine, as a tri-state representative, how can people reach out to you?
Well, they can go to the Smart Homes website, which is thesmarthomesgroup.com, or you can reach me at 646-531-6435.
Thank you both so much for your time today. We are thrilled to work with you this season on the beautiful day Un Día Bonito show. I am your co-host, Alexa Sanchez. Stay tuned for more. Ciao.
Welcome back to the Beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. I am your host, Dorimar, and today I want to share with you an organization that has been making a positive impact in our community. With me, I have Ryan Loman, Director of Development for the Pocono Mountains United Way, and Connie Yuhasz of the Women's United Initiative of the United Way. Welcome, Ryan and Connie. It's such a pleasure having you both here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Ryan, would you please share with our audience some of the programs from your organization?
Absolutely. We have programs that cover pretty much anything you can think of. We have a program called Getting Ahead, which helps families build resources that they need in order to become successful in life. We're currently working on cultural diversity trainings. We have screenings for vision and hearing for pre-K children. We have United We Read. It's a wonderful book program that we're offering. We also have a mentorship program. We have eviction mediation. Eventually the moratorium is going to be up. So we're trying to be proactive with renters and landlords to try and help out with any possible eviction situations. We have rental assistance. We're in the middle of our tax preparation program. It's a free tax prep. It's called VITA. It works for anybody who makes $56,000 and under. So that serves so many people in the community. We also have Pocono Info. That's pretty much that means is anything you need in the Pocono Mountains, if you give us a call, we can help you find the appropriate resource. We have so many things. As we find new needs, we make new programs,
Yeah,
you know?
well, it sounds like it. It sounds like you're involved with the community in so many different areas.
We really are, you know. We try to be innovative. We try to serve as many people as possible.
What would you say sets your program in the Pocono Mountains United Way apart from other organizations that are nonprofit working with our community?
Absolutely. So I actually think there would be a couple of things. The one thing that comes to mind is most nonprofits, they serve a specific this specific group of people, their demographic. So let's say they specifically cater to women or children, or maybe specifically to seniors, possibly maybe domestic violence survivors. At the United Way, the Pocono Mountains United Way, we cover everybody. We have a program for pretty much anyone. We do young, we do old, we do anybody in between. The thing that I like the best is not only do we have our own in-house programs, but we also partner with other agencies in the community, and we fundraise for them in addition. The population of people that we primarily serve is called the ALICE population. And what ALICE stands for, it's Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. And what the most important word in that is that it's the employed. These are the people who are serving us every day, who are helping us, who are watching our children, who are helping us at the grocery store, who are at the gas station. No matter what they do, they just can't seem to make ends meet. They're they're working 2, they're working 3 jobs to just try and get ahead of the curve. So our programs are there to help cater to these people. Now, when COVID hit, these were our people that were hit the hardest.
I can imagine, yes.
Yeah. So what I really enjoy working for the United Way because we're very innovative. When COVID hit and we were sent home on that Friday, that weekend, 5 o'clock on Friday, we were meeting to see what can we do to help the community. So we knew there was going to be deficits in the funding that people were going to need, not only for our agency, but for other agencies in the community. So we were able to fundraise for the other agencies through a crisis response fund, and we raised over $217,000 to help our partner agencies, which is fabulous. Another thing that we were able to do is when our hotel and restaurant workers were sent home for the umpteenth time in December, within days we were able to start raising money for a crisis response fund for them as well. So, we would love to help everybody. You can't help everybody, but what I really enjoy
But you
is
make your best effort.
we really do. If we can find the money, we'll pull it together. If we can find the resources, we'll pull them together. And we're not just about helping us at the United Way. We're there to help the community as a whole.
And it sounds like you're also pretty good about looking ahead and preparing for what's coming. Sounds by some of the efforts that you have completed.
try.
That's excellent. That's wonderful to know. And you have brought with you today Connie Yuhasz. She is the head of Women's United. Yes. Welcome, Connie. Would you please tell our audience what programs Women's United has and who does it impact?
Absolutely, and thank you for having me. Women's United is a network of diverse women who come together to make our community stronger. We do that by advocating, volunteering, and raising funds. So the benefit of Women's United We raise our money to help support single moms in our community through our pre-K scholarship. 22% of all households in Monroe County are headed by single moms. The average income is around $27,000 to $30,000 annually. The average cost of daycare for those single moms are $173 per week per one child.
Wow.
So if you look at that, that is about 30% of their annual income goes to pay for the cost.
It's not balanced.
Yes, absolutely not, of the child care. So we developed a program to help the single moms offset that cost through our pre-K scholarships.
Wow, it's incredible to hear the numbers, right? For those of us who don't have to go through it, and the impact that it has to hear what other people have to go through, and the amazing work that you're doing to support them. Thank you for that. And I hear that you have a membership drive coming up.
We actually do. We're actually going to combine our membership drive with our first event for this year. And the event,
you have an event coming up as well.
Absolutely. So it's our first kickoff event. It's our fundraising event. And it's going to be a wine pairing at Blue Ridge Winery and Estates. And it's going to be paired with chocolate. So it's a chocolate wine tasting.
Yum.
Mm-hmm. And
I
the
think
chocolate,
I might sign up for that. I think we already did, but
well, the chocolate is supplied by Spreading Joy's handmade gourmet chocolate. So we have to work out a couple of details to iron them out, but once we have all the details worked out, we'll post it on our Facebook site, which is Women's United, and it's Pocono Mountain United Way. So like us on Facebook and follow our events.
well, you had me at wine and chocolate. Absolutely, we will be there to support. As you know, the Beautiful Day on the Bonito show is going to be joining you on that event, and we're really looking forward to that. What are some of the other events that you say that's going to be the first one. So as we head further into 2021, what will be some of your other events?
Our team is still working on planning. We want to run 2 more events. So we're still working on planning them and ironing out all the details. So again, if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see what our events are coming up, and we'll post them.
Excellent. And where can people find out more about not only Women's United, but also United Way?
Absolutely. So the website for the Pocono United Way is poconounitedway.org. Like Connie said, check out the Facebook post. But if you want to reach out direct, you can reach me at Ryan, R-Y-A-N, just like the boy, at poconounitedway.org. Shoot me a note. I'll get you hooked up. It's a really great bunch of ladies who are working really hard to help the community.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Beautiful Day on the Bonito show. We are really looking forward to joining you at the wine pairing.
Nice.
I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla.
Magnífico, tú y yo, so beautiful, espectáculo, magnífico, tú y yo. Morning, es un día bonito. Suéltalo, shake your cares off. It's a beautiful morning. Un día bonito. Shake your cares off, don't worry about a thing. Today is so beautiful, so beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. Un día bonito. Shake your cares off, don't worry about a thing. Today is so beautiful, so beautiful.